Hi, I'm Edgar, host of Why Am I Still Single? And you're listening to Into the Podverse with Tony Doe.
What if your dating life became your podcast? Not just the highlights, the awkward dates, the brutal rejections, and the lessons you didn't know you were learning in the moment. Edgar turned his own romantic misadventures into a one-man show that's part comedy, part confessional, and completely real. This is the story behind Why Am I Still Single and why he's in no hurry to end it.
This is Into the Podverse with Tony Doe. Podcast innovations, challenges, opportunities, and culture from an African perspective.
Edgar, Why Am I Still Single feels personal and honest. What moment lit the fire? What was going on in your life when the idea hit?
The spark came in 2020. I was in a room with two friends. Now, we're just talking about relationships and dating. Now, at that time, I'd been single for like 2 years. We're swapping stories, about all our relationships when one of my friends now said, Edgar, you should start a podcast about the different women you have had something to do with. The plan was simple. Share a new story every week until I get married. And I'm still single, still searching, and still sharing stories.
You say the show ends when you get married. But is it just about finding love, or is there something deeper you're hoping people walk away with?
The plan is to end the show when I get married, but it's bigger than that. I want people to understand that being single isn't a failure. It's a phase full of lessons, hilarious missteps, and personal growth. I also want people to laugh, learn, and feel comfortable, sharing their own stories as well. So it's really about being okay with where you are while still hoping for what you want.
You've had quite a few encounters. Which one still makes you laugh, pause, or rethink how you see relationships?
There was a woman who told me during the date that because I didn't know how to use a fork and knife properly, I couldn't possibly raise or father her children. Now, at the time, I was shocked. But now, come on, it's a case to laugh about. She reminded me that sometimes rejection is just a favor in disguise.
With your drama background, storytelling is second nature. How do you bring that into the podcast? What makes your stories land?
My theater background makes every episode feel like a one-man stage play. I don't just tell you what happened. I give you the voices, the pauses, the soundscape in your head. Now, what most people don't know is I actually do not freestyle my stories, even if it sounds like that. I write every episode, I reenact characters, and sometimes I have friends come over to the studio and then voice people from the story for me. Now, it's really not about exaggeration. It's more about just making sure that the audience can feel, they can see, and, they can taste the moment.
Today's space is all about digital authenticity. So how do you make sure Why Am I Still Single keeps that real feel episode after episode?
I keep it real by telling my truth, even when it makes me feel or look foolish. I don't cut awkward pauses or hide my bad decisions. Dating stories can easily become fake or overproduced, but I'd rather just give you the raw version of me. So the thing is, I am a comedian and also a storyteller with plenty of experience when it comes to dating. And my time as a commercial writer at Pulse Nigeria taught me how to create or craft real stories people can always enjoy.
There are a ton of podcasts out there. What do you think makes this one stand out? Any big moves or turning points that helped?
What makes Why Am I Still Single stand out is that it is personal, but never self-pitying. The cover art grabs you, the theme music sticks, and the narration is simple yet very dramatic. Another thing I try to do is not sound like a podcaster. I sound like I'm talking to a colleague or we're just gossiping, Also, solo podcasters are rare, so I always try to make it very interactive. Now, I have this thing I do with my community. It's called TGIF. Now, every 10 episodes, I just get to celebrate my listeners. I mention their names, and I just thank them for listening. And then I read their comments, their emails, and, everything that can just make sure that they're happy and a part of the journey. And then finally, I spend more time on marketing than creating, Because if no one hears it, it doesn't matter how good it is. You get?
What's one challenge you faced making the show? Personal, technical, or creative? And how did you push through?
Now, the biggest challenge is monetization. I spend a lot of money on sound production, and sometimes I even pay my friends who appear on the show. Now, Buzzsprout helps me earn something very small, but getting brands on board is sometimes very tough because most of them actually prefer visual exposure. But my team and I are working on it. Big plans are coming, but for now, I'll keep that under wraps.
Has anyone reached out to say the show hit home? Maybe changed how they see love or made them feel less alone in being single?
Every day, I see a new email or comment. Some people just love me so much that they don't even want me to get married. They just want the show to continue forever. Now, you will not believe this. Do you know that some people have actually found love through the show? Yes, and that's true. Now, some people actually say that the show or the stories actually mirrored their lives, and they're glad that I am their mouthpiece. But one that hits me the most, someone said, "Thank you, Edgar. Your show is the reason I gave Nigerian podcasts a chance." Now, that's huge. That's very, very huge.
The show is meant to end when you say, "I do." How has doing this changed the way you see love and marriage? And what's one big takeaway you want your listeners to hold on to?
Doing the show has taught me that dating and relationships require more than love. There is character, communication, purpose, and beliefs. I've been single for like 8 years now, and I want my checkmates to remember that being single is not wasted time. It's the chapter where you figure out who you really are. So when the right person comes along, you are ready. Remember, guys, that love takes time. Edgar doesn't lie.
For Check Edgar, Why Am I Still Single isn't just a podcast. It's an ongoing chapter told with honesty, humor, and heart. And whether or not it ends with wedding bells, it's already done what the best podcasts do. Connect, entertain, and leave you feeling a little less alone.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Check Edgar of Why Am I Still Single? And you have been listening to Into the Podverse with Tony Doe.
That's it for this episode. Subscribe, share, and connect at Tony Doe Media. See you in the Podverse.